Hey, I am going to do a detailed check-in about my experience with getting a colonic. I am not new to this. I am true to this. If you do not know what a colonic is, um, I'm gonna just suggest you Google it because it's just a bit too much detail. Um, I can show a if I find a picture, it'll be here, but don't charge me if you don't see it here, okay? If I find a picture, you'll see it here. Otherwise, I'm gonna just have Google colonic because it's not a colonoscopy. Two different things, okay? Colonics and colonoscopies are two different things. Moving right along. So, I haven't had a colonic in about 2 years because I've moved. And then, I'm very particular about who I put my ass cheeks out to, okay? So just to give the basis around what a colonic is, you do lay down in a room. So like if you are naturopathic, you know, down to earth type person, you're gonna find you a spot that has, the sauna, the private room type thing. And they have that similar doctor, that bed, that you would be in most of the time. Um, if it's a closed hydrotherapist practice, then it would be that bed. Sometimes they have like these tubs. But anyway, just go into Googling it so you can see the different things. But anyway, the basis is that you get a tube with a spectrum lube and they put it in your rectum, right? And now it's not RAM. So calm down. You don't need no pause. Um, and it helps stimulate to remove poop out, um, and other buildup of stuff, right? This extra stuff. And you can literally figure out, or the hydrotherapists, if they're really good, they can just tell if what you're indulging in, if you're chewing your food, what you eating, what you lacking. And if you go to a spot where you could see your own food, you could see it too, which this experience I did. Um, so yeah, it's been about 2 years because I've been just looking for a space that replicates or reflects who I am, because I am that I am. So I finally found a spot in um, the state that I'm in. And it's not no secret, but whatever. And I found her about a year ago. Found the practice about a year ago, but I wasn't really settled in yet, right? So now, fast forward to year 39 or going into 39, right? So I turned 39 in 24. But a little bit prior to 39, like November, December, October-ish, is around the time that I like to do the cleaning. Like winter for me, definitely I follow what nature does. I hibernate. If I go out, I really got to get my mind up for it, or I really got to want to do it. I don't mind going out in nature around that time. So it's not like that I'm an introvert, but I know that my body likes to isolate and just say like, yo, we got stuff to do. Spirit be like, we got stuff to do. So year 38, end of 38, I was removing the salt, oil, flour, sugar from my consumption. And then I moved on to eating live and raw for practically the month of December. I'm crossing stuff around. And then I was like, all right, but yes, I did this because I was preparing myself for a juice feast. So then I rolled into January of my 39th year and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do 10 days of juicing. So it wound up turning out being 60 days of juicing. Because of the people who I was juicing with, right? And I wanted to let me go back a step. So I wanted to roll into 39 as, the last lap of the 30s doing greatness, and greatness does not have to be perfect, but showing progress. So I was like, all right, babe, I want to roll into my 40s being the best that I can. So 39, let's turn it up. So the juicing, and then I ate mono fruit seeded grapes for 30 days. And then following that, I did 30 days of just alive and raw foods, you know, if you are familiar with that lifestyle. And then I slowly creep back into like everything else. Not, if you're new to my channel, I am whole foods from the dirt, off the leaf type woman, whole foods like that. So I'll be vegan in the streets randomly, very sparingly, because everything is in everywhere, and you know majority of the restaurants that I go to they have alkaline options, but there are places that I do go to that got the fried cauliflower, the fried um let me see. Well, anyway, somewhere in somebody fried food, regardless if it's like a burro banana or whatever, it's just something fried. Um, and then a lot of these places use nutritional yeast or tofu, and that's just not me anymore. Okay. Um, but I'm a little bit more lenient just to say when I'm in the streets. That's why I said vegan in the streets. So now, fast forward to 40, right? So I'm a foodie. I done told the universe, bam, I'm ready. I didn't eat food for 60 days. I only eat one fruit for 30 days. I'm a foodie and a fruity. So I have many favorite fruits. So I kept showing the universe that I'm doing what I need to do on my part. Come on, y'all, come through. And that they did. Now we're gonna roll into 40, right? So a lot of the stuff that I put the energy out for to receive, like I wanted to have my iris read. I had that on my board for a good while. Um, and I got that done. Um, I also had like a few appointments to just like see where things were, because I needed to get outside, I want to say like blood work type thing to see where things were, right? Um, so the eye reading came about, and then, like I said, this colonic spot finally like settled in, dust is settled here, and I can finally just say like, okay, now I could do these little nook and crannies. Got a chiropractor, um, and just got space to just work on healing myself as well. Like I have all the herbs and things that I have where I'm doing the tea blends and herb capsules for myself and family and friends. Um, and still juicing. So now 40 has come already because I'm a February baby. And I still wasn't the happiest with, again, the results of the iris reading. And it was confirmation about some stuff. And also had some energy reading too. So that also helped align me with some other things, spiritual stuff. And the iris reading confirmed that I was undoing and doing at the same damn time. So if you know that working out is acidic, that can also build up or add build up to what you already got going on, which is, I can say from knowing me, that is and was the main issue as to why things looked like they was moving but they wasn't. So kidneys and adrenal glands are filtering, but they're not filtering the best. Lymphatic buildup, going in the direction of chronic. And I had a little cry out. I'm just like, yo, what's up? What am I doing? What am I doing, God? What I'm not doing anymore that I need to be doing again. So I started to, which is what the lady mentioned to do, which is to eat more, implement more of fruits, high in water. If I did want to eat something other than that, salad. Now, if I do have salad, I can have a whole raw salad. That's not a problem. Or I can do, and I love my green salad. Oh, and I forgot to buy cilantro today. Oh my God, and parsley. Oh my God. Okay, let me stay focused. Um, and I'll randomly like slice up some mushrooms or something if I want to have something warm in the salad. Or I could have a warm meal with like a bunch of vegetables because I don't do any animals. Um, so following the protocol already before knowing to even follow a protocol, a recommended protocol, I had already implemented and started. I got the space to get the herbs that I just mentioned. So instead of me waiting on somebody to assist me, like these great herbal um, doctors and influencers out here, Spirit was just like, yeah, nah, pump your brakes, baby, because you're in Aquarius and you are futuristic and you already know what you're doing. You followed their lead a little bit, but you already knew what you was doing. You just needed some help to implement it. You got the help. Boom. Now you got the space to do it on your own. You know how to do your blends. You know how to do this. You know what need you know the work you need to do. Reading up stuff. All these habits that I had before reading into or looking into these other people, and it was just like now I have the space and opportunity to really show the universe like what's good, right? And I've been doing it. So, and there's no better example than yourself than to tell people like, oh wow, you do this and this works, and how do you undo this, and how can you diminish this, and being able to help people as well. There's always room for growth, and I'm not like a study, like I don't want to say freak because, or I'm not like tapped in like that where I got to be in it all the time because you gotta have fun and learn too. There's always room to be teacher and student, and you could be that in the well, you are that in the same moment. So now again, show universe that what it is, like what's up. So now fast forward to seeing the colonic page pop up again. So that was the indicator of the question I asked about what is it that I was doing that I'm not doing that I could help. So I've been rebounding more because I'm not lifting weights at the moment until further notice. Body weight, I'll be, moving weight. Rebounding more, the weather is breaking, so I'll go outside and walk more. I've been walking around my house, up and down, the stairs, dancing. So just doing stuff to get it pumping, get it moving, along with the stuff that I'm doing in the kitchen. And then the colonic thing popped up. I was like, oh yeah, let's go. So that's that, right? So now we're gonna bring you back to today, having a colonic experience. That was the ultimate experience. And you know what? I am just gonna show you. Um, I'm gonna just show you some videos of it, okay? This is the entryway parking lot of the business. Go up to that right corner door, then you come in. You're gonna go right up the stairs, and then this is the waiting area. Very beautifully decorated. This is in the evening time, and sun is already set, but it's really beautiful layout in here. And I'm just gonna, show you a little bit of the details here. And that's how that looks. And also, this is in the waiting area as well. So, you can get soaps, deodorant, whatever you want. She has it here. And, you could pick things up and put them down and check it out. I got a few things as well. So, I like the layout and the structure of the room and the opening space, which was very welcoming and just beautiful. Now, this is the room where she does like the consultation. When you first come in, there's also more products in here. A lot of the stuff that you see here is stuff that she has made. This is the hallway right from the waiting area. Has a lot of quotes and messages around here. Different rooms that you'll be able to see where she provides services at, which is very captivating again. Just beautiful all around. And again, it's very copacetic. I like all the quotes and stuff that I saw, as you can see here. This was the room that I went into to change. That also has one of the saunas in here. I changed for, obviously, the colonic. This is the bathroom where I just took a little picture video of myself in my beautiful robe. And this is the room that the service was provided for me in this day. It's very beautiful. The light was off at the time, but it's still bright in here and beautiful. You see everything that's going to happen there, but you're going to use the machine where you can see your poop. And, she's talking to you the whole time. And just, yes, you relax, just like that message said there. And that was pretty much it for this room. Mm-hmm. I threw in a pic of me while I was getting my service done with the heated blanket on me. This is a full view of the bathroom that I went into that is right after that room that I changed my clothes in. This toilet has a bidet, which is really great. They got the poop stoop. And yeah, that's me operating the bidet there after the services was done. Very warm and beautiful. That was my first time experiencing that. Kudos to you guys who do it on a regular. This is another bathroom in the facility that I just wanted to take a video of to show you that you have options in here, you know. This was another room, or is another room, where she provides another service like body wrapping and body sculpting with another sauna in the facility. That was very beautiful. I was just checking out the whole place. This is another room where she does yoni steaming. So ladies, if you want to get your yoni steamed or you don't have the stuff to do it at your own house, you can definitely stop here and do it. It's very beautiful, laid out. She's got herbs for different things. And you know, you have the robes and stuff for privacy and all of that jazz. Here's a quick snapshot of her business card. Okay, so now I'm gonna just talk about my experience. I may reiterate some points that I brought up covering the video. But again, when I walk in, I'm looking for a place that resembles mine. Obviously, it is a business, but the copacetic, the home look, I want all of that. I want all of that. I want to smell the aroma, and it did that for me. No one recommended this place to me. I found it on my own, and the owner was very nice. You have a 2-hour appointment. It is the first half an hour is for if you were very new to colonic, like you heard about it, you booked it, but what the F did I get myself into, right? If you worried any of that. So I wasn't that person, but she still just gave you a refresher. And again, as you saw, the details of the room, for me, that's like going into a candy store, like just seeing all of that stuff and being able to compare it after hearing what someone said who has more experience with studying stuff like the iris appointment. So I saw signs and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's what she said. Okay, okay, I could connect that. Boom. And respect to the great ancestor, Dr. Laila Africa, because his book, what is this book called? I'm gonna put a picture of it right here. That's another reference that I had that I've been paying attention to, like looking at my hair, um, um, different things happening with my fingernails, on my face, me breaking out, all of these things, right? Just looking at all of this stuff in the office, like the details of that, was really intriguing. So I felt like I was at home, like I belong here. So we didn't spend that much time talking in the beginning because again, I'm very well versed in it. So she was really loving that. And then she was just like, what do you want to do it for? And blah, 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 blah. Fast forward a little bit, get into the room. This is my first experience having a warm bed and a warm blanket put over me. And also my first experience laying down on my back the entire time for this experience, for this colonic. Because the last place that I went to, they more so had you lay on your left because, your left helps drain the lymphatic system. Everything that needs to come out. Like it helps just go because everything hangs practically to your left. Okay. Um, this is factual. You can look it up. Anyway, the place I went to prior to always had us lay on our left. I'm gonna speak for me and the people that I know who went there, because they will massage the intestines. So they had intention with doing that. And Mio is her name at this place. She was like, well, why did they do that? So then we explained that. She was like, oh, okay. But she's like, well, I want you to see what's coming out of your body, and we're gonna talk about it. So that happened, and I learned once again, even from back when I first got a colonic over 10 years ago, almost 20. No, it's been 20 years. Wow, it's been a long time. So, over 20 years ago. And the first lady who I had at the place that I went to, which was another beautiful spot in Brooklyn, she was like, to myself, she said, me and my sister, she was like, to my sister, You need to stop eating a lot of candy, and sweets. And you, talking to me, you need to chew your food. You need to calm down. Your food is not going nowhere, okay? Take your time and chew your food. And guess what happens? Today, I get the same message, okay? And I started laughing, and I told the hydrotherapist, I said, here I come full circle. Not just full circle with stuff to help me move forward, but full circle with what you are doing. So, not chewing your food, even if it's the greatest, will still ferment in your body and cause acidosis, or the ashes and the acid stuff going on in the body. So, again, it's like, it makes sense as to what's going on. So, I was working out and not filtering anything. So, yeah, I'm working out getting a good body. But my kidneys and my adrenal glands is like, yo, we barely getting it together down here because of how you eating. So I was causing havoc here with the workout and how I was eating. Not chewing my food, like seeing my food come through. I would show the video, but I'm not. You know what? I think I'm gonna put it at the end of this so you can see. So now you've been warned, and I'm gonna put a graphic warning before I even post it. So I had a lot of gas, which makes sense because of not chewing. So I chew, and then you know how you be excited. And this is why I don't like being around or talking when I'm eating. Um, and I also feel like it's flight or fight mode, which I'm still unlearning as in regards to eating from habit of like this survival mode, like almost like spirit of somebody like eating, they don't know when their next meal gonna come, right? Because not all my ancestors have come from the cloth of having to survive. I have some from the rich and famed too, okay? So I saw my food, even the fruits, like I'm gonna, no, you know what? I'm gonna retract that. Maybe not. So anyway, I saw some of my food. The lady was able to call it out. She was like, look at, I see carrots, I see broccoli, I see, look at your salad. Look. So she was like, it's great that you're eating all these great foods, but guess what? You're ruining the process of the enzymes that your body needs because you're not even chewing it. Um, yeah, so, oh boy. The other thing we saw was it was either papaya seeds. I don't chew those, so, or it could have been blackberries. So I thought about that after the appointment. She was like, what's that? What's that? And we kept seeing them. I was like, maybe papaya seeds, but I had my last papaya was 3, 4 days ago, but I had blackberries a couple of days ago. So I know it was the blackberry, the little, pieces of it. So again, great learning lesson for me. So fast forward now to heading home, and I had prepared some fruit to take with me because just in case I knew I would be a little bit hungry and famished because I fasted from the night before of my appointment. So let's say 8 o'clock, 8-ish, 9 o'clock the night before. My appointment was at 4:30, so I just did water and herbal teas up until then. And then I had the appointment all that time. And then I didn't have any fruit till after 7 p.m. this evening. And I had mangoes and grapes, seeded grapes, and I had a nectarine and a gala apple. Not knowing that I would be able to eat all of that, but I still just had it. So, because after you get a colonic, sometimes, most times, when you eat, because you got the stimulation going on in your intestines, sometimes you'll eat and then it's time to go. And I was not, I was about 20 minutes from home. So, loose booty was on duty and I had to be on alert. So I was, ate a little bit slow. And I was like, okay, it's looking like we good. We good right now. So let's rock out. I wasn't rushing eating anyway, but I was still just enjoying my foods whatever. But normally, I feel like because it's been 2 years, that's the only reason why that didn't happen. Um, with regards to the plunge, because when I was consistently doing like sessions where they call like you do like a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday, or you could do weekly, right? So you could go the same day every week. You want to go Mondays 3 times back to back, that type of rotation. They call that sessions. So I usually do sessions, but because again this is my first time, I just wanted to try it out. But I'm gonna keep track of that. So I'm happy nevertheless. Um, went to the farmer's market after this, and I'm like, I already know where the bathroom is in there. Um, and I did have waste, by the way, so urine waste. So I did have to pee. Um, Fast forward now to getting home, and I ate a little bit more fruit, and then I went to the bathroom, and this is what happens. I pee. It's not really that time of the month. A few more days, like a little out, and um, I didn't feel what came out, but I saw a splash of red. Like my vision is so popping. I was like, "What the?" And I grabbed some tissue and I wiped. So ladies, when you get we know when we get our cycle, not all the time do you like be bleeding heavy when it starts. You could be spotting. So I'm like, all right. And I'm like, none dabbing like that, but I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm looking at the tissue because when you start bleeding, if you're a man watching this, and I don't know if you're familiar with the periods, whatever, but it's like a light pink before you just, get into the phase of the whole bleeding phase. The heavy bleeding or dark bleeding. So I'm like looking at the tissue. I'm like, is that the light? Was that the pee? Is that the what's going on? So ain't nothing on the tissue. So I wipe again. I'm like, okay. And I turn around, look in the toilet. I'm like, oh, I dropped uh my womb membrane, excessive waste energy came up on out of there. And I was elated because that was confirmation for me that what I need to do to continue to be the greatest version of myself, because this is the next level for me. Implementing the herbs, implementing the teas, doing the lymphatic anything like rebounding, eating the fruits, being consistent, because your girl is not a frutivore. Like I can do live and raw throughout the day because that's a combo of savory, sweet, but the fruit thing all day is challenging, which is why I still have the seesaw of a savory meal, whether it be like a live and raw meal. Yeah, so seeing what I saw was not a red flag for me or something for me to go up in a frenzy. I am so into seeing stuff. I love to see where the work that I'm doing, I need that indicator. I am a visual. Like my love language is, shoot, I think I'm all for the love languages, the touch, the words of affirmation. Um, Now, I also, I'm jumping off the love language thing, but you get what I was talking about. Um, so the indicator, um, for me, seeing that, I was not like thrown off. I don't go on Google and let that shit phase me and be like, oh my God, Google, what happens if you do this and this and this? I took my phone, did a video of it. Um, I'm gonna show that at the end as well. And I took a picture, and then um, that was that. I told my mama, I told my sister. I was like, oh my gosh, like y'all. I was like, y'all want to see it? um, but I was looking at it intensely because I'm just like, all right, I want to see. Like you could tell it with the membranes and all that stuff. So backstory on that is uterus. For me, we've been having challenges, but we're working through them because baby, she's growing up, and I don't know what family background you come from, ladies or even fellas, because you can be nice to your reproductive system too. There was no love language growing up to talk about a yoni, vulva, vagina, womb, uterus. The only thing that I had introduction to how my period was, here's a book, read that. So we're undoing some shit with that as well. And my womb is very understanding. I have a whole name for her, and I've never revealed it to anybody, but in the street, she's called Woomy. Like I can tap into the vegan stuff in the streets. She Woomy in the streets. Put some respect on her name. And so we've been having challenges. Fibroids exist, but they have been diminishing. And that's another great thing because naturopathic here, nobody's cutting me and nobody's gonna put me in the space of fear because they want to make $1 out of me or extra dollar. We're not doing that. So we have had a journey together through some things, and we are working, and we are a work in progress. And to see the progress like that in the toilet, because I think from experience, a lot of people want night and day. But I've only been in this space for about 13 years, 40 years old. Also, the genetic disposition of coming from your parents, you take down on whatever they got going on. So being breastfed, I had issues because of I'm taking on my mama's lymphatic system. So I'm already behind. And I'm eating bullshit. You just eating whatever, And I want to retract that. Well, I already put out in the universe, but I want to pay homage to my ancestors and family because some of them, that's all they knew. And, they like the little fish tank. So this like right here, that's all they know. They ain't go beyond that. So they was feeding me what they thought was best. But namaste, ashe, get out the way. That ain't for me no more. So all of these habits and things taken on, and now I have to unlearn it. So I'm just remembering to not be hard on myself, not look for results in 30 days, 60 days. I did 90 days of stuff, and I'm still. But again, I know the workout was the thing that was right. So I just know I got to take my time. But I'm just so happy that I had this colonic, and I sat and talked with Spirit, and I was like, prior to showing me that the colonic was for me, that works for me, because not everybody is a fan of colonics, but that works for me. And then to go to the bathroom and see that pop out, let's go. Let's go. So I know this has been a long haul of yapping, but guess what? Everything had to be said because then it would have been like open end with, well, what happened? So moving forward, I will be doing series at this place. I told the lady that too. She was like, I understand because you don't want to book 2 and 3 appointments and then you don't like the place. And then I said, exactly. So my mother was with me. She's going to be doing it as well. They got a lot of other services as I already, went over. And I'm going to continue implementing everything that I'm doing and just keep moving forward and being in the now. And that is it. And as long as I continue to see progress in the now, I'm going to be fine. So I'm finally at the end of the road. I wish you well and I wish you wealth. And until next time, you already know I'll talk to you soon. Peace.